Hello students, we are studying a chapter called Strategies for Enhancement in Food Production. In this chapter, in the previous class, we studied the plant breeding, then significance of plant breeding, then steps of plant breeding. Now we are going to study some Indian hybrid crop of high yielding varieties in the by applying a process called plant breeding. Okay. So what happens? India has 17.5% of world population, but the land area is only 2.4%. Agriculture provides one third of total GDP of India. Gross development of production, domestic production. GDP means gross a domestic production. It gives employment to about 62% of population. It is important for India to raise crop productivity through development and cultivation of high yielding varieties. Several high yielding varieties of wheat and rice were developed in 1960s. It led to domestic increase in food production in Green Revolution. In 1960, wheat output of India has 11 million tons. In 2000, it was 75 million tons. Similarly, rice output was 35 million tons in 1960 and 89.5 million tons in 2000. In both the cases, the increase in yield was due to the development of high-yielding semi-dwarf varieties. So here what happens? India, a country, ever increasing population we are going to see. The production is less, but when we are applying the plant breeding technique process or technology, we are increase the yield to fulfill the ever increasing population. Okay. Here what happens? The development of semi-dwarf varieties of wheat and rice. Semi-dwarf. Okay. Then when come to the first wheat variety, a Nobel laureate called Norman E. Borlaug. Okay, of Mexico produced triple dwarf wheats popularly called as Mexican wheats. Before that, American plant breeders produced single dwarf wheats. Okay. Then the Norman Borlaug of Mexico produces triple dwarf wheats. Those have high yield were disease resistance as well as less taking place common pathogen and pest. Disease resistance as well as a resistance in pathogen as well as a pest. Okay. Then the Mexican wheat varieties were introduced in India, modified of two varieties. One is Sonalika and Kalyan Sona. These two are Indian varieties, modified a semi-dwarf varieties, wheat varieties. These were high yielding and disease resistance. What the Sonalika and Kalyan Sona are they? These are modified varieties of Mexican wheat varieties by a process called plant breeding technology. Next, rice varieties. Rice varieties. The rice varieties introduced by International Rice Research Institute IRRI, International Rice Research Institute in Philippines. The best example is called IR8, a semi-dwarf high-yielding rice variety in India. Okay. Then one more is there called as a Taichung native 1. It is from Taiwan. It is from Taiwan. They were introduced. They were also introduced in India in 1966. 1966. The derivatives were introduced in 1966. Nothing but those are Jaya and Ratna. The yielding semi-dwarf varieties, rice varieties, are nothing but the Jaya and Ratna. These two are modified from the IR8 and Taichung native from Taiwan. From Taiwan. So these Jaya and Ratna, what the rice varieties are they? These are high yielding as well as disease resistance varieties, and they are resist to lodging, fertilizer responsive, and sensitivity. Okay. So the wheat varieties are in India, Sonalika and Kalyan Sona. These two are modified from Mexican variety. The Mexican varieties are introduced by a Nobel laureate called Norman E. Borlaug. Okay, these the Sonalika, Kalyan Sona and Mexican varieties are semi-dwarf wheat varieties. Then when come to the rice varieties, the IR8 developed International Rice Research Institute IRRI in Philippines, Taichung native TN1 from Taiwan. These two derivatives were introduced in 1966. Later, the better yielding semi-dwarf varieties of like Jaya and Ratna were developed in India. Okay, these Jaya and Ratna rice varieties. Next, when we are come to the sugar cane varieties. Sugar cane. A Saccharum barberry, it was originally grown in North India but had poor sugar content and yield. One more is there, Saccharum officinarium. It was tropical sugarcane grown in South India, had thick stem and high sugar content but did not grow well in North India. These two are sugarcane varieties. Sugarcane varieties. One is Saccharum barberry. It is a poor stem as well as poor sugar content. Okay. Then the Saccharum officinarium is thick stem but high sugar content. These two species were successfully crossed to get sugarcane varieties called Saccharum spontaneum. So the resulted variety having combining the desirable qualities of high yield, thick stem, high sugar, and ability to grow in all the sugarcane areas of North India. North India. See, this is about the sugarcane. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಮ್ ಬಾರ್ಬೆರಿ ಥಿನ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ಮು ಲೆಸ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಮ್ ಅಫಿಸಿನೇರಿಯಮ್ ಥಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಶುಗರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಮ್ ಬಾರ್ಬೆರಿ ಈಸ್ ಒರಿಜಿನಲಿ ಗ್ರೋನ್ ಇನ್ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ದ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಮ್ ಅಫಿಸಿನೇರಿಯಮ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಗ್ರೋನ್ ಇನ್ ಸೌತ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಬಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲೂ ಸಮೇತ ಥಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೈ ಶುಗರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ವೆರೈಟಿ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಕ್ರಮ್ ಸ್ಪಾಂಟೇನಿಯಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಥಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಶುಗರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೈ ಈಲ್ಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ದಿಸ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಕೇನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಆಲ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ all areas of Indian country. So in this way we are going to increase the yield. Okay, next next Indian hybrid crop is millets. The hybrids millets like maize, jowar, bajra has been successfully developed in India. Hybrid breeding has led to development of several high yielding varieties resistant to water stress. Okay, then these are the some Indian hybrid crop of high yielding varieties. When come to the plant breeding for disease resistance, a wide range of fungal, bacterial, viral pathogens affect the yield of cultivated crop species. The yield less than 20 to 30%, sometimes even total. The development of cultivar resistance to disease is essential. So this also reduces the dependence on the fungicides and insecticide. Fungicides means the chemical which kill the fungus causing diseases. Then the insecticide, the chemical which kill the insects which causes the diseases. Okay, so here what happened, a specific agent which cause the diseases is known as a pathogen. A wide range of viral, bacterial, fungal pathogen causes in cultivated crop plants and affect the yield. The crop losses may be up to 20 to 30% or sometimes less. Hybridization method is widely used for the development of disease resistance varieties. In this method, a variety of susceptible to disease in the artificially crossed with the variety having disease resistance. The hybrids of F1 generation are tested and selected for further investigation. The hybrids which are resistant to disease enhance the yield. Before the hybridization, it is important to know about the causative organisms, mode of transmission, then symptoms of diseases, etc. Some of the disease caused by fungi are brown rust of wheat, red rot of sugarcane, late blight of potato. Then the bacteria causing diseases like black rot of crucifer, then viruses or tobacco mosaic, turnip mosaic, etc. So these are the some pathogen like bacteria, virus and fungus able to cause diseases. So the intention is what we are going to develop the new variety by a plant breeding process. That new variety is disease resistance one. In that we are going to increase the crop yield. So the methods of breeding for disease resistance, the methods like one is screening of germplasm for resistance sources, second hybridization of selected parent, third is selection and evolution of hybrids. Okay, then next one is testing and release of new varieties. In the four methods we perform a plant breeding for disease resistance. First, when come to the screening of germplasm for resistance sources. Here what happens, all existing varieties, older varieties or local varieties or wild plants and pure lines are first screened for resistance to various diseases. If all the required resistance lines are available, Composite breeding can be undertaken to develop resistance to all the major diseases in single variety. Then, if germplasm screening is unable to find resistance line, wild relatives, wild species and related species or anything, if available, if in some case available, the same can be incorporated into high yielding varieties. Then, which are resistant to some diseases. Okay. Then the next thing is the thing about the other sources of resistance. Other sources, either maybe a mutation or maybe a somoclone variation or genetic engineering a process or hybridization of selected parent. Hybridization. The plants with disease resistance are crossed with plants with a high yielding variety. The hybrids are we are going to get after 2 to 3 generation. Then we are going to test whether these progeny offsprings are disease resistance or diseased one. Finally, what happens? Testing for disease resistance and selection. For testing the proper incorporation of the disease resistance, the improved plants are grown along with susceptible ones under the conditions in which the susceptible plants to develop disease. The pathogen is allowed to freely infect the plants in heavy doses. The disease resistant plants are identified and selected for multiplication. There are some crop varieties by hybridization and selection for disease resistance to fungi, bacteria and viral diseases are given. Are there? One is nothing but a crop is nothing but a wheat. The wheat variety is a Himgiri. The disease resistance is leaf and stripe rust hill bunt. Second, brassica, a crop. The brassica variety is Pusa swarnim, commonly called as Karan Roy. The disease resistance is white rust, or resistance to disease is white rust. Then cauliflower, Pusa shubra and Pusa shobal ki. The resistance to disease is black rot and curl blight black rot. Then cowpea, a crop. The variety is Pusa komal. The resistance to disease is bacterial blight. The next one, chili, Pusa sadabahar. The resistance to disease is chili mosaic virus or tobacco mosaic virus and leaf curl. This is about a list of a crop by performing hybridization and get the new variety which are resistant to diseased one. Okay. Here what happens in the agriculture, we are going to improve the yield. Not only we are going to select the high quality or superior characters like high yielding or a height or a quality, then quantity. Apart from this one, also we consider as a disease resistance. We are by plant breeding technique we are going to produce a new variety. Such variety gives more yield but very fastly undergo a diseased one. In that we are not going to get such a qualitative yield. So if the disease will be occurs, again the expenses are there. By reduce, by kill such type of disease causing pathogens, we are applying some fungicides or insecticides or any other type of chemical. So in order to reduce these things, better to we increase the variety of by plant breeding technique. So we are going to select the a variety which is free from diseased one or which is resistant to diseased one. Okay. If the variety is diseased free, the variety is gives more yield. So this is a about a plant breeding by disease resistance one. Next we are move on to the next topic called as a mutation breeding, then biofortification, as well as single cell proteins. Thank you.